Please tell us your name.
Tsewang Namgyal.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama asked us to record your experiences so that we can share your memories with many generations of Tibetans, the Chinese, and the rest of the world. Your memories will help us to document the true history, culture, and beliefs of the Tibetan people. Do you give your permission for the Tibet Oral History Project to use this interview?
Kongsa kyamgun chimbu chogi ani kagongsin nganzu gerap tsu mizi nyamnyo lugyu dunzu danjuk chigi yore ani lugyu dunzu pemi mira mangota gyari en zamling mimang la toya gi chedore lugyu dunzu ne ani phegi gerap ta rishu pemi tsu yiche nguyu de khari yeme de khodo yungurwa ani tharing phegi ngagyun gerap legul gi ani apalagi tiwatile nangyo gi lugyu jiorwa di nganzola peju tangya gi kathu nangrivel yes.
Thank you for offering to share your story with us. During this interview, if you wish to take a break or stop at any time, please let me know. If you do not wish to answer a question or talk about something, please let me know.
Tharin de lugyu sungbadela tuji ches ani tiwatile nangbe kabla wala pala ka goya da jamsha goya dinde duna ani sha sumna digi re ya tiwa khashe la lenkyundu mena and lema kyune digi re okay.
If this interview was shown in Tibet or China, would this be a problem for you?
Tiwatile cheba jiorwa ta di phe da gyana diwal temba yina ani pala la kangi ken your west
Kanyi yo mare.
no problem.
We are on.
Ngoyo korama doksa jene chamba thamzing jangri ke jat dire she me how komar mar.
So I have only the truth to talk about, and I'm not someone who can fabricate.
We are honored to record your story and appreciate your participation in this project.
Tarinde lugyu sunga pheba de la gabu chungs.
Okay. Pala, can you please tell me where you were born and how old you are?
Pala chungsa gi lungba de ming la kharel.
Abchen sarare.
Pala khonglo khaji ina.
Komlo jaju Captain.
I was born in Hapchen and I'm 87 years old.
And what province is Hapchen in? And what is the nearest temple?
Hapchen di choga khadi nala legi yore.
Chu guli ore zonga chöde zonga chöde kamna de zonga chöde zongoko zonga chöde rela.
Ani di Hapchen gi tha ni shu gomba de mi la kharin.
Zonga chöde.
So
ta jaksa da ganga turure zonga chöde siedro.
So our village of Hapchen came under the district of Dzongga Chöde, and the nearest temple was also Dzongga Chöde Monastery, and we paid our taxes there.
And Pala, what did your family do for a livelihood?
Pala gi nangmitso pala chinju imbe kablaya ane chowa khandiski gi yore.
Chung inde ka chowa go ta junro dinde chang. De junro dinde ge chu dinde ge chu joma chu di ge kar chu tang dinde mar tang dinde se je dinde la chowa ge dinde pu pe wo na di zong de ge ring ba de se chu.
So when I was small, my family was engaged in herding animals, and we consumed the milk and butter and other produce of the animals, and we also sold the young ones.
What kind of animals did your family herd?
Semje khare khare yore.
Semje yak tang, dre tang, luk tang, ta tang dinde.
So there were yak, stri, sheep, and horses.
And about how many were in the herd that your family owned?
Pala rangi nang chiorwa. Nang liya ani semje khaju chiore ta.
Marang semje yak ta tang dre kong to dre a sumju tse che. Tene luk 니자서 진짜를 다 신가 저.
So my family owned about 30 yaks and dri, around 200 sheep, and 4 to 5 horses.
And would you, in terms of your prosperity as a family, what would you say you were moderate level or poor or well off?
Tanda palagi nangsan jiorwa di lungbe nangli ya jike gyu choga thangla legire dinga thang legire kyo thang legire
dinga thang tele legire
moderate.
And how many children were in your family, and where were you in that order of children?
Palagi nangla ya pugu khaji yore.
puku ngarang ki phama chikpa himbala pu thuk chare ngema phama chikpa ta tanda ngarang yana aja jigo tita ngal lo che ki aja jigo tita nga mendi si puku ta phama kanga thong me
Ani pugu thu na ne pala che thang re dinga re
nga dingso kore
genshu
dinga kore
genshu kine
parta ko the puku ki thuk na ne nga parta thang kore Kimako.
There were 6 siblings, and I was in the middle, and now only my older sister and I survive.
Where is your oldest sister living, Pala?
Tanda palagi aja da pala ni mas thayo marwa.
Yo mare ye aja ta lo kupchu kosumre tang nga jaju kenyi de ti medicine ta pinja tarani phamaje pugitinde me yo mare
Keju gyaptyur sunba.
jaju nga japtin se aja kupchu kenyi
Tanda aja khawaye.
aja thonde sumbala re sija sabi kemo re ta tanda le kung gemi program den sija tanda ta ke par kapten tinde gi kop se je de ye pomo jada dini yolo dharamsala ya je uru pime sopo ge yoboda che si de ore she aja mal phama je ngame di yo mare.
My older sister is 92 and I'm 87, and she lives in camp number 3, and she has a daughter who lives in Dharamsala.
And Pala, when you think back of your on your childhood, can you tell us about your village? Tell us how many families live there, and when you looked outside of your house, what did you see? What did it look like? Paint us a picture.
Pala ngema phena thongsep la shukpe kabla rwa. Thongsep di nalia nangchang khaju siore.
Te korang la senel.
Lao.
Tanda na orang sida te hodaro. O tito te senel.
Lao.
O tinde thongba de jenga ni chu che gere. Yarka yang kumbuchu mola ruruk chen thongba nyesa te. Yarka pika yang sa la kanga thonne kasa kala ribra do.
Ani lungbe gi yayön de wala khande de bu ji yore. Ta ri dan chu dan pang dan yorwa.
Lungbe la tosa la pang ri che. Teni ri teni chu yakbo saju jinde mendi hingna ni yo mare. Sa tende mambo de sari tende.
So during winter time, most of the families lived together. They were about 15 to 20 in the cluster. But during summer, everyone scattered and moved where there was grass for the animals. And around our village, there were mountains with pastures, and then there were rocky mountains, but there were no forests and good water around.
So when you say that you're in the summer, the people scattered to where they were grazing, it sounds like they were nomads. Or did most people who raised animals do that as well?
Pala.
아,
Ni pala yakala roa. Yakala tha mangbo chikta tha ringsala dugudwala. Susu semjen the pang yosala, za yosala. This is gane droppa dabujriwe khande.
re dokpare. Pura the sodore yakta lukta tibe techen lungba ten za yakta dogre.
Sama droppa rewe.
Re dokpare la.
Yes, they were nomads and they took their yaks and their sheep wherever there was good grass.
And what kind of a little boy were you in this family? You were in the middle. And so what kind of a child were you?
Pala tha pugu na ne tha dinga jire dwa.
Re
Pala pugu khande dabuji yore chungdi gane.
Tarang sanne.
Lao.
Ngara rang sanne.
Lao.
Ngara rang pu gen ke rikpa ya poche mila khala nyen poche tini me khan chi sana chaja ko tini me apu siye ko ti ten o tini ten serare she Tsewang Namgyal serare o ti me nyen ja te me ngona ma poche apu hunde tunga la hunde nyenda ninge apu karang poche.
So as a child, I was intelligent and I was extremely obedient, and that's why I was given the nickname of Abu. And people said that I was so sweet, so obedient, and they said Abu, and I got that name.
So were there any big events in your childhood, Abu?
Ani palagi misi nangla roa. Palagi misi nangla ani chik kari na chik kechembo de kari chunguyo na. Pugu imbe kabla ya.
Pugu tini kabla ngarang ke chembo ngarang tha ke chembo ko
Chabikat.
ama dide nga lo ku zo de ken ama de thongsu di kanga chembo chung de lo chung song de teni pawa de ngarang ja punja timindi mewa ama de chung ngane thong di kanga chembo chung she so rani ya tuk changsa de kya chene ya so mise pu chene and de tuku de ma chung.
So the worst event or happening in my life was when my mother passed away, and I was just 9 years old, and it was a very difficult period for my father and us. But however, later after I married, then I did not have that much difficulties.
Did you stay at home your whole life until you were married, or did you go to the monastery, or what happened?
Tapalagi phage phayula shukbe kabla roa. Nang rang shuk dere gombala phebiore.
Tarang ere.
Lao.
Ta go dokpa tinde rewa. Nang rang te ten song jala yak den rong zam dala ya. Te rang ta tinde so la du so la yak den song. Shen dokpa chana chen te nang la te ma nang tinde ting dang song dang tinde la dogre.
Gombala pheyo to.
Gombala ni logic la te nga to tha chugla gombala dogre. Zong de diken zong dukja de diken ta tha chugla. Tawa so gorgere. She nga to draw mare ya dokpa chenera degre so.
So I was a nomad, and I also took along my yaks to go on trade, to buy rice and wheat flour. But we were nomads and we did not live at home much. And around a month we went to the monastery where we had to pay taxes.
What kind of taxes, or what amount of taxes did you have to pay, and what was it based on?
And te kandis te ore pala, and te kazus te guguyo.
Ta je ta so to de ke ten ta mar ta yar ka sa ke mar da 딱 추라당 바당 뒤 저거도 콜레 생각된다 콜레 세제 둔돌 거는다 둔돌로 소소로 둔돌을 밥라니 뒤 대그 말당 바다 추라다 뒤 뒤게로 종 종가로 종가도 최디 공부하자 그 나 가서 그 뒤에 들게로
Yarka.
또 보전 게로
So around autumn season, when the district administrator ordered for the taxes, we loaded our animals with butter, cheese, and wool, and took them to the Dzongachode monastery.
Mm-hmm. And so your taxes were paid in the form of goods that you had developed. Yes.
Chedi susugi ta pyongge donzuruwa ma
Was the amount of goods of very affordable, or was it difficult for you to pay?
Ta te deya jorwa pala te puya di ta susugi put koze digazre yang kange shibujore te de puya liya.
차대 부에라 강에어래라 다 등도던 좀마 약보체 되네 기 내마 초와 소도를 약보하나니 되네 양 강가서 매어래 생내마 그 주양 쪼르 부장이지 동바가라 약보면나 대타디 되야 민족 타디 대정보를 말다 수라다 바다스 가가로 티 진도가 남도 마주 되니 메레 빼고 메 진도 되고 지 약보지 말랑잖아 내가 타라 데블어요 디보라 작아로 내 강가 쉬워라 진짜 쫄쫄쫄쫄
Yeah, the taxes were difficult. Sometimes when your animals did not produce enough milk, and then you had to pay whatever your share was of the tax. But if it was a good family who had good number of animals, then it was okay.
And how was it for your family? Did you ever run into difficulty because you couldn't pay the taxes?
아니 빨라랑기 남산라 칸데 요래 직테테 마토니 강에 잡든데 중요나.
나는 휴라 되네 강아 파마데 동 되네 두게 되네 야타 심한 chen 되네 강아 효총하래라.
빨라게 총르에.
되래라 동바.
빨라게 빨라 총르에.
빨라 통하래 아마 통하래. 저저다 되니 아자 땅땅다 아자 최소 때가 생애지 강마 아자 저 대다 말에 종아저 더 뭐라 통하래.
So when my parents passed away, then it became difficult for us to pay taxes.
And how old were you when your parents passed away?
빨라기 파마니 정백갑라 공로 가져이나 빨라.
빠가때 아마데 통간다는 말로 düğün진기를 아마데 통 아마가 종종간에 아마데 통
düğünre gure 빨라.
düğün 더 계속 düğün기를
네 빨라.
빨라데 로 tukju 계속.
So when my mother passed away, I must have been 7 or 8, and father lived till age 60.
그 별로 tukju세는 뛰는 강아지 경국 쇼차도 다른 가 살로 자주 그래. 뛰는 하도 봐야 되는데 단다 결혼다 촉동을 했으시기 별로다 강아 sembu로 그게 땅 되니 전조 땅선에 차 불면 저 강아 쇼어라.
So my father was only 60 when he passed away, and now I'm 86. But in Tibet, life was so difficult that people aged faster.
And when your father died at 60, how old were you?
paladi lo thukchu bado derwa
로 독주도 대다.
thukchu la thongdu kane dikala palarang khonglo khachena
다 뒤섞는 나로 포로 독주 인디카더로 나로 니슈 저도 그렇잖아요. 니슈 세 뒤섞는 다로 숨주 인기를
when my father was 60, I might have been around 30.
Okay. And so, did any of the children in the family? He's adding.
Konglo sumju singiral.
라렐
Yes, yeah, that's right. Around 30.
Around 30. Paulo, were you ever sent to the monastery as a child?
Pala konglo chinju imbe kable ya gombe nang chabasirwa.
잡아도 또 부스 바르와세 성 진짜 새로운 데는 나 타월라 조엘라 되니 또 빼고 막이라 지금한테 저니 되니 부스 내양아 바르와데 부스 바르와세 타와 주에 제어다 다 타와서 주에 되니 도금에서 저는 도용 대강 빼고 막이라 그 부스네 바르와데 타와 주다 내가 타월라
So the custom was that if a family had 3 sons, the middle son would have to join the monastery as the monk. But I refused to go to the monastery and then fled.
How old were you when they wanted you to go to the monastery?
Pala nangi gombala thabasyoga ya pegore sidu pala konglo khajirel.
저저거는 구주진계를
I must have been around 9, 10.
So, what did you do to avoid going to the monastery?
Ni gomba nala ya thaba masu ya gi tendala ani kharin nang res pala.
저와 만주 된디 시자서나 다 독바랑 젠텐 된디진이라 송 제때 된디진 랭가 제제
Pala da thwe songswa. Kawa thwe phenan.
저제는 타와 도금에서는 하저저나 파마지 다저 타와로 도거서 가 타와 도금에서 되니 하저 저제는 대 타와 도마고 또 타와 진도 하사 말아 코 타와 그 빼고 하사 말아 선에는 메진데 대 요샤.
So when my parents insisted that I join the monastery, I refused, and then I ran here and then I ran there, and then my parents said, that it's not in his destiny to become a monk, and then I continued to work as a nomad.
Pala, why did you not want to go to the monastery when you were 9 years old?
An palada khonglo go simbe kablarwa. And gombala kharachene phende machungina.
다 이게 이제 제가 타와 전에 깔려 가고 이제 세워 저기서 도금에서 지나서 또 어디 삼로 땡이 이제 시다 매라. 그 도고서 든드 땡라 도에다 되니 때 든드 땡라 참 도에다 든드 소에다 디가오제 다 타와서 선도 깔려 가고 타와서 이제 도고 길에 삼네. 근데 제가 타와 단다 타와 두개 매라. 뒤도서 삼로 민도로.
At that time, I was scared because I thought that I would have to learn, and it must be difficult to do that. And I did not, have, knowledge and could not think deeply. And so I enjoyed grazing the animals. But of course, when I look back now, monkhood is not bad.
So, when you said you continued to work as a nomad, did you work for anybody else besides your family?
Ta ani pala that tabal ma phe cherwa and dogba nang ne shurwa ta dogle de susu nang ge dogle nang shure ya mi shemba jigi chale nang ga phebina
nema sosu ge dogle chen tewe yang de todong aron pama de tong chen ne de yang ha yang dan de mizang chenpo je ge za la yang ko dogle chen tewe.
Earlier I used to work as a nomad for my own flock, but when my parents passed away, then I started to work for a rich family as their nomad.
And what happened to the flock that belonged to your own family when your parents passed away?
Ta pala number chogi nang le ya semje yorwa ta phamani thongbe kap le ya
ani
ta donjo khari chere pala mi shembe jal chale nanga phedu kane susu gi semje donjo le khari chungina
susu gi semje de ta mizang ni dang pu dang de ge yok bo da che de susu phami gi tro ka juman do den thongba de kem sim do den pu ga da den za la ke den je ni de sho la den tro de American to Chavakan, then Miss Simple Child, you put a Joe and David, and the Ketso Antisim, some super Joe can watch over it. Go put a gammy all the shot at it.
So after the passing away of our parents, we were not able to manage our flock, and then gradually we became poor and there were no animals. So then I went to work with a rich family. And later this rich family fell into Chinese hands.
Oh. Well, before we hear that story, tell me who was this rich family and were they nearby? Or did you have to go far to work for them?
Pala. Tanda gyami lakpala shorya gi lugyu di jela cherwa. Tanda pala di songro nanda mizan chukpu jikzala ya pala chale nanga phebrwa. Mizan chukpu di pala kyunju chong sip nangla yore ya pala tharingbo phere laga nangala.
Nganzu chong nangla ta nganzu chawa de sei ta bu je kozu di kerwa de bombo ko chong che de ho ba de kozu tha jong mo ko nganzu lumbi za zong che za nya de nganzu chawa de nganzu lumbi za le da mi sang chen bu ti
ane kunzu la za zong ya ge sa ja yo
sa ja me de sa ja nganzu chawa de sa ta bu he wa nganzu sa kozu zong den kozu za nya se ni ge za ring je je he kozu nganzu sa ro pe je je de
handa di mizan chukpu di sungu
o di chukpu de
chukpu di pala number 2 sa je gang la ya simjen sha ge yore
re simje sha kola tar lo zaring khaso to zaring kap nganzo te kola zaring te
number 2 te ge yore
nganzo ke sa ja ko zol te za ko sa ja ko nganzo te ko so zaring ta je mal so ta nganzo tha ke ma ko mar ta te saja nganzu yarsa kunsa pisa se saja ko tesha nganzu mul shogor.
So this family lived right in our village, and we were farmers and taxpayers, so we owned land, and this rich family is a private family, and so they grazed their animals on the land that we owned, and then they paid us in kind, like butter and other animal produce. So it was like a grass, the value for the grass that they paid us in butter and other dairy products.
And what kind of a relationship, Pala? Pala, what kind of a relationship did you have with that family? Were they kind to you or were they difficult for you?
Ta pala mizan di nang le ya chale nanga phebra ta mizan di dan pala la dewa khande jore mizan di ta chike yakpu yore khande de ji yore
nema misang chokpu di yakpu showo re zanya re de ngodo chawo re ko zanya ji zal song de misang de yakpu showo re misang de la kobrang la mi Pava Amache, Puda Pomoche, then in our Makbache, Jenny Maison Chimbo Shore, Tang Dobject that the Yavala Sosa Count Dana Siamedi, Dead and your water said the medicine. Dobject Pensa also turn your mare, Maison Chupo Shore. Lekan sozo di lela wo tongang re sozo tong kanchi kono tongang re me de yokpo re zan yu nang le che mugu tindo ting song chi kasakala chi kou yo mare sozo sa ki tongang re che me zang chukpo xewo hore yakpo hore tene ko me zang kyu chukpo xewo re tene ko jamili gane tene ko nyala choy tang rawo.
So in that rich family, it was a very, very good family. They were the father, mother, sons, daughters, sons-in-law and daughters-in-law. And they were wealthy, but they treated the servants very well. All the servants could eat whatever we wanted, and they did not differentiate in the diet of the family and the servants. And as for work, we performed our own duties, and they were a very good family. And when the Chinese came, they were subjected to suffering.
Pala, how did you come to know that they were subject to suffering when the Chinese came?
Pala gami ledu gane mezandila ani gami gi kange tu bodi pala khandes khena.
Ta ngento ke chu korke sala ngel tro tar Di kozo ko shugla tawre teni ge da o chijikandu segende songni ta kena ma tundo to semje ja kanga yuhyo ngoje da ta na kudo ya ni shu teni subject ni ka sen no je ngoje ta na ka do mi kanga do 제가 들어도 다 들어가서나 이거 진짜 팬이 타고 말해 미간 갔었는데 진짜 팬이 타고 말해 이거서 수시간도 진짜 참 밤니 고서 내를 송아 내를 송는 게 아데 다 소더라 라마 군저 제 강아 잡체니까 들어 사대 조금만디게 매일 nhập 셰니까 사죠 된데 매다 들어 좀 나는데 다 그니까 유소게 매 유소미도 다 그러지 Jamie Lemna did that Jamie me had so me and so to marry. This was the collection till it get Papa Nanzola didn't be Tapa Cortala by Yak, Tacheniki, Nan attended a car and the do. But Papa Nala didn't beg a Charlotte Tolo charge and a good road, the size and a car to do. Tarun, she said that any car to she said to the The Jamison till to a Jumara. Thank God to me, thank God, dash then ma, Jamaka ma, got at it, the asher. Take Pomoni as the travel and number 10, Pomoni, the Jasato lever. She put up Makpata say, the common tomba say, put up her lever. Then it showed like any damage to you. Tundoka Ganga, then it shapus and lossum, then it damage to you down. Then it took Ganga, Kumimanga, good, the jet. Then it come around the answer, maybe. The Kapo Koran, Puche, Joker, thamzing down, say.
So we had fled earlier to Nepal while the rich family stayed back. And later, some of the Chushigantuk men, they went to our village and told this rich family and that they shouldn't stay and they should abandon their animals because and so many other people were leaving, and that they should take whatever the silver and gold that they owned and enough food and load them on the yak and then flee. And But they refuse, saying that, we have accumulated this wealth by our own hard work, and we did not oppress anybody, and so we cannot, abandon our animals. And even if the Chinese come, we are sure they don't eat human flesh. And worse than the Chinese, there are some Tibetans who at knife point, forcefully take our yaks and clothes. And so they refused to come, and they remained and sort of surrendered to the Chinese. And, two of their daughters were married to taxpayer families of two taxpayers, and so they were able to flee to India, while the rest of the family members were left behind. And later, when the Chinese launched the Reformation, all their animals and their properties were distributed among the people, and then the father and a son were subjected to thamzing and killed.
Can you tell us the names of the father of this family and the father and the son's names?
Pala, tanda pala chale nangsagi mezan chupu chiorwa.
Re.
Mezan chupu digi pala di min karena.
Keto antu sir.
Ger
Antu sir.
wangdu
No.
nami min karson be gerzo.
Na me thoming ko keto sir. He kapokono la antu sir.
Gerzo wangdu.
La.
Ane Koranda puji kemi ki thamzing da.
Chamba sir ko.
Chamba. The father's name was Wangdu, and the family name Gerzo, and his son's name was Chamba.
Chamba. Puche di tamsing dan se da. Chamba sir.
The oldest son that the Chinese subjected to thamzing and killed was Chamba.
Champa.
Puche di ko ngai la luk rang la tien luk rang yo puche do ra. Tene ko Yoruba ko show la severe tami ke da che look ton look sum the hit sok me ko chero da chero la nyam nyong wa re da chero da da memang ke chu chik pa re ngema chero mi chi ki chu re da da memang ke chu re da chik pa re ngema chero chu kan de sa wo ti so so ten so ko re memang ke chu re se de ko zwo le sang do look down the gun to kiss. The calling in the same day, Johnny. Or that to look my boss at what younger.
Changi.
Young is a younger gun or a same day. So the key how I tried the same day, all. Oh, the look my boss at what? Oh, that you're never younger. Could never younger towers. To look, don't look, turn on the can look, don't look some to soccer and make a chair was. Tata memang reseri kantor, cendeki jangkul tevi kantor, jangan lepas jangkul orang teveres. Kau ngema lucik jangkul te manyu ke, tanda memang reseri kantor, cendeki jangkul te, jangan lepas jangkul teveres. Te jangan tata dosa cik mediwa maresen, pavi mulai kau dosa, pavi dosa kalau kau dosa, kau syukur, thamzing tan pucih aku se. So the
son Champa, when the Chinese arrived, the Chinese made him to herd sheep, telling him that you have much experience because you are the owner of 3,000 to 4,000 sheep earlier. So he was herding the sheep out. And one day, many of the sheep were killed by wolves. And then the Chinese said, when you owned the sheep yourself, you could protect them. But when it has become the property of the people, you do not protect the flock properly, which means that you have not been educated enough. And so there is only one way for you, and that is the way your father went. So his father was subjected to thamzing and had been killed earlier, and the son was done the same thing later.
Pala, who told you this story?
Pala la lugu di sugi lapsuela.
Lorkita el.
다다 pala gercho ondu da chambala dinde chungre laiwa ge lugyu jiorwa pala la sugi lugyu di sheyuna
Tsui dana di nganzo rang longpa ki mere, nganzo da kozol tupu tang tang, nganzo ngay la orang jami orang madya ki, dini tsuyo onga rawa, da di ngarang ki mii tong ki lakla rang chungwa ra. Nganzo lo tsuyo ni, lo ni ngay la tsuyo ni, dewa ra, kolka sal dewa ra, dini mizang te tupu tinte tang sing, tsuyo tinte che su san, dini nganzo pa, 미상의 제자를 봐 거기 산하 즉 송한잖아. 근데 제도 부충한테 통정에 내라. 통정 당간서 메이트인데 봐왔는데 제소 저저 tin데 제소 먼저 교tin데 제소선 내 부충한테 의견이 내가 시기도 tin데 제소 내가 거기 동동에라 나 저는 어디로 내가 거절 tin데 제소는 양 휴글 직 잠내양 하 잠내 등아 지가 송아 그 나랑 동부 나랑 송 부중한테 내내라 그 때도 어떻게 내당 경제대 되는 보라셨어.
So they were people of our village, and while they remained under Chinese, we had fled, and when we were 2 years in Nepal, we heard what had happened back in the village, and all the suffering that this family had undergone. And so I secretly went back to the village and to the house of my employer, and there I met the younger son of the family, who is of my age, and he explained to me what had happened to his father and his older brother. So I was a witness to that.
And Pala, do you know what happened? You said that the father, they had owned like 3,000, a herd of 3,000 animals. What happened to all those animals? Did the son tell you?
다 콘줄레야 다 룩동다 다 숨시시어와 발라 아니 다 부충아디기 다 룩동줄라 가리체레 가리충이나 랍스웨
근데 쇼라 다 초형 간다 때때 매거로 들 거기 쇼라 그 파마 바와당 저저대 제kan 근데 다 미망 교대잖아 근데 저도 간거 그거랑 메토를 따는 미망 다 소소 교대다서니 근데 미망 걸었더니 그니 대셔 그 미래를 가서 톱기도 야 가서 톱 루가서 톱도 근데 미망을 때다 미망 교대다 다 소소 진도 소소 다 작가르다 소소 교 소소 레다서니 근데 또 정도 땅에 그 코브랑 메토를 따는 거셔 Tene koyala te nangmi ko mangbo nyala ta tukaya ta tene te mang mangbo chene koyo wikene kozolang tundo ta yakbo topki tuksa metok tang na sen koyo ta tundo metok tang pura koyo sharsi.
So after the father and the older brother were killed, the flock of this wealthy family was distributed among the people, the yaks and the sheep. And the people were told that now it is your property and you have to take care of them. And the more number of families you had, the more number of animals you received.
What do you think was the ability of the poor people who received these animals to care for them and help them reproduce? Were they able to do this? Were they herders themselves?
타 미교부 돈줄래야 타 라루 타 룩타 야 돈주 고셔야네 테르와 겐데 타 미교부 돈주기 타 라루 소싱게 요죠 콘주기
소시와 다 소도는 미도당네 제디강다 다 소도 주대나 가그래와 근데 소도거나 답고 소도거나 cap 제네마 독바로 근데 소도걸 소도 진로 따다서 소도를 답고 잡제네 근데 랑레 동시어라 독바로
They knew how to care for animals because they were also nomads earlier, and when anyone is, distributed animals, they would be happy.
So, if the same number of animals were in the area, did the village you went back to the village 2 years later, 2 years after you fled. I should ask, first of all, Pala, what year did you leave the village? Or how old were you, or what year?
Pala thambo chongsep nepha phayu sanjam la chöpherwa. Didi kane chikdong gupya khajure.
다 계속 책동 급자 가서 이러려다 나랑 바우하 고마 트여서는 로 숨주 섭딩 까니
편에 트.
편에 트여 그런 거랑 로 숨주 섭딩 저거 뒤다 몰라 저거 하 필게로 로스 근데 그렇게 살 때어래 별랑은 또 로요와 말이야 나랑 숨주 섭딩 숨섭도 까 근데 혼에 되니 배 저직전 나와요.
So I was 37 years old when I left my village to go to flee to Nepal.
And so, Pala, you came back when you were about 39. What condition or state was the village in? Were the people more prosperous because the animals had been dispersed?
Ta pala lo ni gorke saja la shuni yang pha lungba la chik pherwa ta tudi lo sumju sobdu na sogurwa ta
Rela.
ani di kablia ta gyami gi mi kyo bu changma la luk kopsha gyamne te yorwa
Rela.
ani pe yar ge do do lungbe na la ya
야기 손도 다 쳐던 뒤에니 매라와 저 맨당 특히 뒤에 롱발 맨당 롱보 세워래
mendang sna
맨당선에 또 올로 또지 털 맨당다 맨당 많이 저러 많이 거야 이게 당시 돌 많이 거도 어디 그거 유고다 롱보 세워래 뒤 도더게 되니 마 로게 되니 해지서 들어 다사 해지 오도 되게 그 맨당하라 많이 그 많이 거긴 난 고치 셔이 북달 내 내지도 그러 말랑네 보라 나한테 내 작살이 내 강법에서 메디 어디니 된데서 내 미더랑서 삼로 때지 균장 최선다 된데 좀 민도 다른데 공탁들이 배 고삼저에서는 간제 loknyesam jayatara sene ke tal rogudo chanuk di ke tikpa tang da tende semito nangla je cheba buza da mite nangla je tena tene cheme chikta thongye mito nangla koji che mundu hi ki par chike che changsha to tab ko khur tab ko tarjo mori chudo temende he che si de kanda chikta mito cheme mito kanda mito 많이 된 진짜 제가도 근데 뒤에 빼자 오는 저 부디다 부디들은 강가 멜라고 그래서 보라 멜라서
lo ni je la ma pherwa ki dunzu sirwa
어디서 그래서 근데 저게 보라 멜라서 근데 멜 사건데 그 오랑 파파도 어떤가도 바바도하게 진짜서 되는 거라 메인서 뭐야 상당권 그런 상당 치스 저그 지경 진짜 의상 얼마 별로 되게 또 미상 되잖아 딱 고배 등아 또 제와이 두고 된다 당수선 되는 의도와 나 진짜 기능 동료래 저 기부 두고에 맞당 기부하 공원 미끼래서 다 난다 결혼한다 다 님마샤라 님 남을 징바도 다 징바 봐라 잡다래 다 저는 코치 상당치 코 상당 사도 되는 그 고체네 되는 저대 게 매일 사사 맨당도 식식체는 그런데 소글라 사점니 때도 말려고 사점니 되니 락바제드가 저단 다 저대 매사라고 그래요 되니 다 칼라트나 칼이야 민데
So, yeah, when I went back after 2 years, there seemed to be progress, but there was no religious practice. And in our village, there used to be long stones that had been carved with money, the mantra on it. And I saw that these stones had been cut up and used to build animal sheds. And I also saw that people were no longer spiritual. And towards evening, they said, that they were going to watch movies because that was being shown there. And in the homes, there were no butter lamps burning. And they had pictures of Mao Zedong hung, and also behind the tent there were red flags flying. And I was told that the scripture volumes had been burnt, and the one who did that was a Tibetan who used to be very poor, and the Chinese had given him a title and told him that earlier he had been suffering, but now the cloud has gone over the mountain pass, and that the sun was shining for him, and it was he who had done all these. And when I went there, I saw that he was paralyzed because he had done all that, and his hand was shaking, and he could not even feed himself.
Whoa. Pala, what did you feel in your heart when you saw the condition of your village and how it had changed?
Tapala loni jelia chongsep na la ma phedu gane ta gyua dunzu pura sig yorwa ta gyua chimbu chingcha yorwa chongsep la en de kap la pala ge thule ya en tapal chwa khande jigle swe
ta tezu gane den nga pu de nga ngara tezu mi de tu ga ja xie chi den nga ngo xiao zu la semba ba jo dan dan den me ba ti
so
Pala, this is very hard, we understand, for you to remember this and tell us about this suffering in your village. When you're ready, please continue with your story if you are able to.
palata phenale ya kange mangbo nyang chagyo di sungya la kule yorwa ene palata thanda khati thadi yune sungna digi yor this guna digi pala pha pheni hada puchunga di thu sun je sun sungi ba lao any di je la khari chungina
puchunga de ti che la de puchunga go thong ne ge ja den de ha ji dam to dam xie ti je de la ba dang de ni de sung de thong me de de ne dan da ja ji jo go puchunga dang thong da long bi ji mi di ken de ti ji che ko da bu de thong san ni mi de la ti 다 현대 부부다 마덕사전에 단단하게 보모죠 지 벌지 부다래 내가 너를 단단로 내가 다른 살려가 제대로 지네 디 저가디 너들 농바 그냥 마도 해가 좀네래 디저 디네 내단다 부채적 단다 벌래 돼요 부채적 단단하랑 그 부채적 그 벌래 돼요 디 보면 샤토를 되는 거 농바를 제주되는 거랑 맞아서 제주선 송전 토도 되는 바와 된데 시르 신이게 제주전 송에 되는 부도로 매 해전 단다 토네 되는 부채 토도 어디 부대 홀로 토네 디 단다 단다 보고 퍼랑 넣어다래라.
So then I had met my past employer, and then I cried, and even now I feel emotional. And after that, my employer and I did not meet, and later I learned that he had also passed away, and as also all the older generation of my time, but now there are only the children that live there. And I have a daughter who used to work in Dharamsala, and since my oldest son was left behind in Tibet, she went there in search of him, and they met in Tibet, and he still lives there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Pala, what do you think about what has happened to Tibet? Can you tell us in your own words what you think? I know you have a lot of feelings about it, but is there some way you can tell us what you think about what happened and what the effect has been on the people and the country of Tibet?
Pala, 중요하지 요르와다 강이 중요하죠라 표현하라 and 디콜라야 아니 팔라기 툴라야 가르르지 공부도 해다 만주 표라야 중교들라야 디콜라
다 된데 단다 저 부채도 별로 다래 되게 다 재미를 녹디기 간저기 시대당 된데 맞제 제네 소소를 제니 가좀 재미 더 레저들them 티치스를 거체 되게 가좀 지때는 내 말하자 단다 기대도 그 소소를 가져 주는 사 되게 배서 총 겹체 부배우이나 종 주라이나 종 지에도 되게 매강 녹디니 총강 재미 총강 주셔야 강연하냐 또 학부 증거는 시대 맞아야네 기본도 저 비자 그 주들 부모 되라면다 주게 전에 또 얘라 만보체 전에 감미대대 그 뒤에서 강바디에서 뒤에는 쇼라든데 먼저랑 잡잡니 선에 강바체 지도서 그 부모도 손에 되니 부모도 누르게 이거라 어른 잘 그때 송세네 me 기본도 세 진짜세도 시대의 지혜민도 시대잖아요. 거기다 람다 티로레스 대전에서 지혜민도 팀에 소소로 주도 소소 미스 소소 뿐이 되나? 그냥 시계민도 세 보모도 송 그냥 근데 시계도 다나도 때 정도 보이죠 들려야 근데 당에 마땅한 당사로라 단단 학부터 서로 장하서 말
So my daughter, who went to my village and then met my oldest son, came back and said that my son has said if they do not engage themselves in any political activities, just sit quietly and earn their livelihood. The Chinese just let them be, and they could trade, they could, save money, they could, sell butter and cheese, and they could do anything as long as they did not engage in any political activities. And he also showed my daughter the house that the Chinese had given him, and also a house that he had constructed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did your daughter tell you if there was any religious freedom in Tibet, and how were the monasteries, and were there monks, and was your son free to have a photo of the Dalai Lama? What was that part of his life like?
안팔라기 범어추 변의 용두간에 아니 변안래야 군주답 디도시기도에다 최지야기 라완다 아니 cam고를 미친 고바다 딘데샤 초기여나
딘데 초민족세기도 초민족세 단도 고도 초민족세 Laza kela pe ke yola ya kusung duksi midi kami. Sin laza yu pe che poda la kela ya tong dusa yo ke tang yo ke ja. Teni sera ta che ung da zo komba karo na teni ganga la jaya duksi ja do kumang kusung duksi sin no na ja ni so na te pe karo ja na teni na da mendusa.
So they were not allowed religious freedom as such, but when my daughter went to Lhasa, she was allowed to visit the Potala Palace and Sera and all the other monasteries, and though there were security guards stationed.
Paula, why did you leave Tibet? Like, what were the circumstances? You were working for this family, and if you left, you said you were 37, so that was like 1964. So what was going on that made you leave at that time?
Pala tanda pöne tatsu pepdyugane tanda chikdonggugya tukju repshizredwa pala khonlo sumjo sobdyn thangbo sobdyn cheyan jela sogu jikpa peta ani di kavleya tha mezan dilaya chale nang shu yorwa ni thö goya di didugane khari chungina
tarasane
lao
taro to ko ta tingela tene denga to medikanga ta dokba mune ya ko medulumbo ta hasi to tene ya tene tiki ya to le ya do de yakpa chongba de mambo do de ti chongba de ja ta mulma te pe ko kemi ki to botang ta to zo jana ne mindo tin chongba de ge ta ma pe mulma shi keme da 보고 당에 맞다 요즘에 얘는 떨어야 성깔도 다 성깔에 믿어 봐거로 딱 게임에 유 대부분도 그 유는 성깔로 다야 되니 열어야 얘는 배 섬직선 카타니 매 성깔을 성깔로 온 거잖아 내가 로직 매대 마나 되게 나이잖아요 말로 게임에서 마 나로 시기 따다란 매다 뭐뭐 쇼트서 다 두번에 미세서 번복할 때는 두번에 땅 탁저에 명도 올라가야 좀다 되게 게임에 민족선에 다 사상이나 카트할 때는 근데 홍어서 근데 내망도 총바 근데 사자 근데 총 작은 근데 뭐세 그 총바 근데 어디가 이게 단면도 다 캐런데 줄을 맞지 줄을 와자니 차 맞지 부 미스분이 되게 나게 잘 맞아서 네 좋은 거 사자 저기 진짜시 근데 땅가서 근데 들어게 간가 좀 소소 대그 대서 근데 좋은 거를
in our region, many merchants used to pass through, those who had come from Lhasa, driving their yaks to do trade. And these people, when they passed through, they said that they had witnessed much suffering. And earlier, they would leave their women and children at home and go and trade and then go back. But they said they were fleeing for good. And they advised us that we shouldn't, think of the wealth and properties that we owned, but to flee as soon as possible. And so we sold whatever animals we could or drove the rest and then fled.
강을 가 전부 잡는 롱담라 근데 전도 사사에 맞아 전도 전도 강가 되는 강을 동도 동안에 시에 강 잡니
조용도
조용근 조니까 저 저거는 전도 되는 소 전도 되는 강잡 되는 시네 되는 강어로 이제 다강 저다가는 전도 되는 거라 되는 비가 되는 롱담라 가잡내 사사에 대전도 장라하로 대전도 가져와 달라 되니 야 랑아달라 가 담내 되니 전도 뿌리 시에 저 도발가 중에 되다 되니 코리안 매로 되니 걔는 등록 거래. 등록 그 신한데 딱 보라 longe로.
So the nomads were, driving their animals as they fled, and then down in the valley it started to snow, and then all the animals perished. And for a nomad, you did not have money, and if your animals died, you became a beggar. Thousands of animals died.
That when they were fleeing. So, Pala, you were fleeing with more than your own animals. Is that correct? You were fleeing with many people, so that it was thousands of animals. And what time of year were you fleeing when that happened?
Pala 균주 죄패기 열와 죄패디 간에 semje 똥라든지 더 싫어와 리스디 간에 미망보 차려야 semje 대니 패기 열에
레다 거나 저전에 미당 다 소소도 도사 걸람 같이 봐로 시 미망보 단단히 있나 어느 통들이 개면 보라 몰라 저니 전도 거는 다 직바라데 도사 걸 롱점 직라메데 도사 마로 디 저거는 되네 강자도 보라 몰게
공가이나 디까블라
공가래
There were many
공부 안 온 건다 공부 안 온 건다 답한다 죽기요 자체다 당보니 와자래 되네 강점네 되네 들어보러 롱잠 송송 강잡들이 들어 하창라로 장로는 가참 보잡는데 들어보라 롱잠리 해
또니 싫었어요.
가자 또 사사이마라 빌게로 미도 가참 보자
장라 간진 치랬어. 장초를 침라.
장로 빌게라다 장매 원사 쪽라 하 들어다로 또거라로라 가차라단 뜻이
So there were many people taking the same route towards the same destination. There were people of our village, and then when it started to snow, it was during winter time, around the 11th month of the Tibetan lunar calendar, or maybe January or so of the Western calendar. And when it started to snow and we couldn't move forward, many of the animals, were retraced their steps, sent back, but there was no grass to be found, and so all these animals starved to death.
How many people were in the group that was escaping, and was that in the year 1930? That was in the year 1964.
Pala number 2 that tre pedu ganerwa rubru chini tre pedu dinalaya mikhazu siore
다 통바다 다 통바에 김장래들 메시지 가서 촉주 되게 생각해라 두고다 와래 다요 그거를 농바가 납다선에 매어라 소주를 전 두고 쓰면나 시어나 근데 난 민가서 촉주 시주 되게 생각 소주 그 tun도다 때문에 되네 정어를
mikhazu siona domni
보라dom나 야미 다 진지 자주 더 있기도 와 야미다 남이 지금 mer고 고저 된저 나저 시저 진짜 전에도 소소로 김장 전에도 소소 진짜 들어오더라.
So the number in the group could be around 70 to 80 because there were many families, and each family had family 4, 5, 6 or up to 10 members, and all, including the children, because in those days there were no schools and all the children lived with their parents.
Mm-hmm. And if this was why would you go in the winter when it was so cold? And if this was 1964, were the Chinese, were they not watching you to see such a large group of people escaping? How is it possible?
Pala di kabla tre phedu gane chigdong gugyo thukju repsis tabu ina.
어쩌지 인도라.
Kyamgaram je chibgyu phep chane lo khachu gi jelare.
잠깐은 뭐저 팸네 기타로 숨즈 시트링기래라.
아니 군가라 가르치는 트레이나.
아.
군가 남 장모 빼여러 와라. 아니 군가라 가르치는 트레페래.
딱그 근본남 장보나 다 상자에 진데 팸 내가 펄라다 메강가 저더더 펄 상자스레다 투성근의 소르바주고 매어래 상자 잔 많이로 상자 간어서 시해매어래 다베도 중구다는 강가 저타로 구다리 요 말했다 저타 오라면서 저 차쯤 듣게는 나 저도래선 내가 진짜 조용하래라
디캅레야타 개미종 댕에 딘데면도 산잠도
투성근의 동작에 매어래 개미 강가 떨려야 도고도 근데 배 마트 강라 개미야 떨려야 디니야 배 망차 강가 먼저 장부 강을 보지 또 초마만 생각 소주하래 초마만에 전에 그 소고 장보고 먼저 lumbu 자들 막 두고 하래 장보 장제래 어디 장제지 하마들 저 출렁 가서 소는 야 헐기네 야 샤래 야 비득 디파타 리저 다 잠이들 셔고 어가서 다 잠이들 도고 하래선 리우르르르르 우세 리타도 들 남야 남탈라딩 딩시 다 잠이가 들 도고 하래서 리우르르르 우르다 진짜 들랑 샤도도라.
So at that time, it was around 3 years after His Holiness had left. But at that time we hadn't seen the Buddha, so we did not know much, and we knew that everyone was escaping, and so also the aristocrats of the Tibetan government was gone. And however, there were no Chinese watching our area, because we saw that the Chinese were traveling up to the Tui region. Near our village was a big river, which is from the Mount Kailash area, and the Chinese were moving up on a mountain, and we could feel the vibration of the army moving.
And Pala, how was it? Did you go with all of your? Were you married at the time? How many children did you have? And did they all choose to go with you? Oh,
Pala dikabla ane 총사견 살아.
살아라.
아니 보고 가지여래.
다 보고 보모 숨다 보숨 저 두고라다. 왜또 계속 생활에 돈이 저 동설.
아니 보고 찍파겔 하를 숭이바.
부채쇼들 오르라서 부채쇼들 아마로 죽고 라 개와를 뒤 부디단나오르 대외를 들려단다 부모들로 홀라 송아래 뒤툭도.
I was married, and we had 3 sons and 3 daughters then. Actually, we had 8, but 2 passed away, so there were 6 then. And my oldest son was born when my wife was 19 years old. So he's the son that my daughter met there.
And was there some reason he didn't want to go with you?
빨라기 부채시디 냠도 가르치는 데 마요이나.
부채쇼디 양도 그 단다 내 게메디 그 분장을 아향서 이 아향들을 보면 그 경건일 다등이 데 게메디 아향이 sonto 되게 보데다 것도 보 매대 보디 등은도 경고 달려쇼 매도 경고지 다 나요 저요 시킨다 세네 텔레코선 되네 내가 이 숨냠도 돼 통바적라 되네 통바 카카데 카카 되게 되네 뭐 부디 경건지 잠보 쉬고 채워라 네 저가래 되네 부지게. 저 뽀뽀마마 뭘 되거나 빠안 뭘 도겠어요. 이거 정박하니 송근 뽀뽀마마 뭘 도겠어요. 그게다 그 나제당 내 신바당선 개그 전부 채워라. 다 뒤송매 마음바기 삼으서 개그 말아. 어디제 나 뽀뽀마마 뭘 도. 때 뽀뽀마마 뭘 송는 그냥 쇼라. 먼저 이제 뽀뽀마마지 짱아이 다 저런 교대에 저런 칼라도는 교대에서 시에 매वे지 나 롱비지 유미 캠보트라 괜찮어 이게서 다 저런 시고 말아 경경에 시고 쇼를 때나 교대 코랑랑하게 저거로 생기 현다 저런 다 되게 다도 서왜 다 저런 칼라도는 다 교대에 매시에 매도 캠보트에 익자랑 생 그 진짜 그 부대 경거자 나가래. 그 경거니까 통하러. 그냥 단다 통박 그냥 죽을. 그냥 거기서 다 준도당 대도를 내 그래. 진짜 전에 그 통박 걸어 나가래.
My wife had a maternal uncle who was childless, and so our oldest son used to live with the old couple, and we lived together in the village for around 2 to 3 years, and then they moved away, and at that time we asked our son whether he wanted to live with the grandparents or with his parents, and he chose to live with the grandparents. And so when he made his choice, we called the village leader, and then a document was prepared that said that he would care for the old couple, and that when they passed away, he would be the heir to all their wealth. And now they've passed away, and then he looks after the animals and other properties of the old couple.
Oh, your wife had an uncle, right? So it was an uncle,
Granduncle.
a granduncle, a granduncle. Okay. Paula, what do you think it is the most important, or some of the most important things to be saved or preserved about Tibet? What are the things that are dear to your heart that you hope are not lost during this time when the Chinese are occupying Tibet? What do you hope will endure, will live on?
Palata I pyonalia ta gamille de yorwa yenege ke cheshu jinganzugi nyara chigoya jiorwa tipala kariri gongudwesita
다 단다 당간지 배 랑제제 톱로잖아. 배다 산제 꾸든에 제랑제 톱로잖아. 만도 랑제제 톱어레잖아. 소소 사자제 톱지나. 대디 파율로 온 그래. 섬네. 대디 보고되다 예 간거다 통나면 나한테 시대용다네. 빙자다 더기지 독도 그래. 로센다이나 되는 게 되는 거 장검 전례부로 그래. 근데 이제 독로잖아. 삼니기 진짜 저도 다 얘는도 로케니 남자 또도 로 만들면 대체 로스미는 경거기 시도도 다디 이나더니 저 어랑도 터로선 그 고란 분자나 같이 태지를 로선다 소소 파유 거저 들어도 저 거치 소소 파유 들려버잖아 섬 진짜 sempakola noyako 진짜 노도라
in my heart, I wish that Tibet would get independence so that we can return to our own land. Though the old people may not get the chance, but the younger generation, the siblings could meet the siblings. And if we cannot go back in 3 to 4 years, I know that, people like me cannot go back, but I still have that hope for Tibet.
Yeah, I think that your story tells us in many ways why Tibet is so important, the land and the people and the life that they cherished. So I think this is maybe a good chance to wrap up. Maybe I could just ask one last thing, Paula. Do you think it's important, or why do you think it's important, or is it important to get the stories of the old people of Tibet? What are your opinions on this?
Pala kanti chik shua la rwa ta phe gi khonglo che dunju gi lugyu dunju nga chu ta khe chimbu tsiya ji yorwa di khe chimbu ri gongu dwe khande ro di ko la ya pala gi gongsu ro bu khande yona
ta di phe gi lugyu da ba che ge de mo phe gi tan da ji krang jen ji ta ji top de lung ba lo zhe zhe ne jing ge ma ge phe gi de che da ri xiong da so so gong ji de da de sa dang de dang da ji nian bu de ji dang da tin ji ji bei de ni ji ri do ge de gong ji ji ja do ge de sam ne sam lo ge de tin de do da da tin de da na then go go the lo kenda da shi ro de shen da jin na da ja na la da ko mi se pu chi lu ba tin shi so na de so de ge be ge je da ze wa da de ni ko mi da ya ra ma cha sang da po mo ji la cha da se da na ni ya ro go de sam ni da sang je ko ge pe ku do la che thom na ni de ni pe yang ya bo chong go de tin de ma na Tene chang tsewa tang pe ongo mare samne tende ge samda yido to sodran ne ja chiye ni meware ta sanje ju kuting la chik ta pe chik krang je thopna ti tende je pe ya ongo ne samlo ko tende chido.
So I think it's important to record the stories of old people, because if we get our independence and the younger generation are able to go back home, they know what religion, the tradition, and the way of the the way the people led their lives, ate their food, and everything they will know from these stories. And if the older generation will die, and if the younger generation have to live their whole life in India, gradually the Tibetan way of life and traditions will be lost. That's what I worry, and I hope that we will be able to get our independence during the lifetime of His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
Paula, one last question. If you could give a message to the young people of China, what would you want to tell them about yourself or about Tibet? What would you want them to know about from your perspective?
Ta palagi ta gami yorwa phena la ya ta phena li ne khawai ne gami yorwa gami la ta chik sung gu yu na khari ne chik sung ya khukap da bu chiyo ba ina rwa pala ge gami mi mang don zu le ya tha phö ko rim ba yene re pala khirang gi ko rim ba ina re khari da ji sung sa re gami mi mang la ya
gami mi mang la ta sang ge kong gi chik tang phö hyung ge chik ta le che da so ko da chik mo ga ja yang ni kyang do ji gami la ge ja ji si chung na sam gi do ge ja si dong do ne ji ge ja si chung na ta tan da sang ge shu do la ti ji ben da le je ge da ba ka gami yung gu chi gi min du senigi yu de ma ya wa che mu tu ni gi gami pom bu de be ge ja yang ni kyang do this is so do ran ge pom rang ma zong che ni ji de gang ga den de ge mi pom bu den de cha wang chi ni de dong pa la mi xia ne de ni yang ni kyang do ge ja xie chung de gong de ju ro ji te bi ye ge sam lu de dong ye ge de mi te 켐바 제게 감모 강나나다 나의 교와 지에 감모 강나 나기에 섬네 근데 저 드니베 장갑지 바르라베 미드티니 근데 진짜 베 버숑게 미 타가타가 되다 지지도 타가타가 양이 짱이 깨져 지에잖아 근데 타가도 삼기도 다 노전에 대니셔는 고소 지 데미지는 또 마고 시기래 그 데미지 고군이 되게 되네 강가 천지 먹어래 내가 그 시제 샤샤래 근데 나도 되는 지지를 미캔다 거는 저 대신에 현다 거는 되는 퍼슨에게 통만요 미즈비 만요 그 장시다 대바스메 그 근은 놀쇼다 되는 학보바 좀 포기 샤서도 게메 되는 베케스 제 조르기 말에 삼 되는 삼다 돌아
So I feel that His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Tibetan government should have the chance to have a dialogue with the Chinese face to face, and there are many high authorities like the members of parliament, and they should call upon people of other countries and then try for a dialogue and not say that we have not received any response from the Chinese, but they should pursue this matter. And if not, if we sit idle, then the Chinese will surely not give us our freedom. And by then, the old people will die, and the young ones who have never seen Tibet do not have that much faith, and then the way of Tibet will be lost. And I'm worried about that.
Pala, thank you for that very important advice and suggestion. And thank you for your story, which will help the next generation of both the Tibetans and the Chinese understand what life was like in Tibet in your time growing up. Thank you.
Pala tuji che shuan yin pala ge kalup nang bada ani pala ge lugyu sung ba jiorwa ani dunju ne ani phö gi ta maong pu lo chunga dunju che ani gyami dunju lege nanga mo pala na ba cho chungju yin de ga ne phö na le ya ta chowa ge da ta chale na da khande yin ba changma ha gu ro changma tuji ches.
Okay. And to be sure, I want to ask yet one more time, if this interview was shown in Tibet or China, would this be a problem for you?
Nganji tiwa di yangyo chik tang gu yo rel tiwa thangi chik tang chare tiwa dilaya tharing tiwa thilen nang be ge lugyu sungyo chi yorwa di nganji phö da gyana dewa la temba yina in pala la kangye yorwes
kang ngarang ne ngoi ge be ke ta ngarang tho la be chung ge 냠뇽 디니베 도부충 저도당 미즈부당다 디 단동의 요거랑이 딜레 껴준다 딘데 메다 가루베 디메 코치고 나타네 베 강요 말에.
So there will be no problems because this story is my real experience and the sufferings that I underwent, and there's no fabrication of any sort.
Thank you.
공도는 나더니 이직매직이 공항 홍예메스 나랑 나더니 낙보에 망가랑을 빼 톡라기 빼 종종 간가 견상다지메 제외 디메디 공도랑다니 쇼라 디공롱메디게자 빼 팀을 민족세니기 그저 홍예메스 나는 근데 고랑이 근데 송로나.
So nobody will face any problems because what I've said is not something that is not based on truth, not based on evidence.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.